Labonte and Gordon as the laps count down toward the checkered flag. In today's UAW-GM Quality 500, Superstation TBS back live in just a moment.
The UAW-GM Quality 500 on the Superstation is brought to you by Chevrolet Trucks, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road. And by Exide NASCAR Select, the official automotive battery of NASCAR.
Getting down to it. The final laps of today's UAW-GM Quality 500 for the NASCAR Winston Cup Series in Charlotte. Bobby Labonte leading Jeff Gordon. Gordon is stripped about 0.2 of a second off of Bobby's lead while we were away in the commercial break. And now there are 14 laps to go in the event. The question is, does he have enough time to run him down and pass him? Let's go to Mike Hogwood.
Over at car owner Joe Gibbs. What a stop your team had. That last stop came in third, came out first. Bobby seems to be holding on.
Yeah, we're just praying right now. Just praying nothing happens, no caution. We had a great stop, but hey, it's close. I don't know what'll happen.
That's the word from Joe Gibbs. Marty Snyder.
We talked about two things going in Jeff Gordon's favor a little earlier. First of all, the long run. He is excellent on long runs. Also, the sun was a little bit in his favor at the beginning part of a run because he's just a little bit tight at the beginning part of a run. But the longer he runs, the more his car comes to him, or the more his car loosens up. So now the clouds nor the sun are affecting Jeff Gordon. He is certainly catching Labonte. But the question is, as we talked about, is there time and enough laps for him to pass him?
12 laps to go as they come to the start-finish line. 12 to go. Gordon trying to run down Bobby Labonte. Labonte can see him in his rearview mirror. That's where he wants to keep him.
And Labonte has had a very difficult time getting past Chad Little. It's taken quite a while for him to get by, but finally he has cleared Little. Next, Little is going to be faced with the 24 Gordon on his back bumper. We'll see how difficult it's going to be for Gordon to get by.
Just remember one thing. This comes down to who does get through lap traffic the best. And you can see there's a lot of lap traffic coming up for these guys with just a few laps to go.
On this Monday, if you've been looking in and out on our coverage of the race today, we've had an exceptionally clean race. Only 2 caution flags in this thing. Back at lap number 18, Matt Kenseth spun off turn 4, was hit by his teammate Jeff Burton and went down into the infield grass, and then it was Burton on lap 198 who spun off turn 4 and got into the outside wall, spun all by himself. Those are the only 2 caution flags in this event. It has been all green flag pit stops thus far today.
And we just got the answer. Gordon easily went by the 97 car, just breezed on by.
Gordon, he's coming so close to the turn 4 wall every time. I think he's going to hit it just then. You could almost see the dust flying off the side of the car there. He's giving it everything it has right now, trying to catch Bobby Labonte, and he is closing in.
He's got Rick Hendrick in the pit. That's the guy to perform for.
Time. 10 laps to go. Does Gordon have enough time to run down Bobby Labonte? Can he get by him? Gordon is 6th in points. He's not going to win the championship this year. He's got nothing to lose. It's a win-or-crash situation for Gordon, realistically.
He's down to 5 car lengths as they go into turn 1 now. Gordon's really picking it up. Running a lower line now than Bobby Labonte. Looks to me like he's pulled it down even closer as they head down the back straightaway.
And we wondered about the engine underneath the hood of the car that's now in the lead. We wondered about that at the beginning of the broadcast. So far, so good. Lots of horsepower, all the reliability. But Gordon with all kinds of muscle down on the bottom. Here he comes.
Fans are on their feet. Gordon making a late charge to within 2 car lengths of Bobby Labonte. Across the start-finish line. 8 laps to go in the event.
This comes down to who wants it the most. You see Gordon going to the bottom as the 18 goes up the racetrack. He's run that way all day long, but it's now down to less than a car length.
Here's Gordon trying Labonte for the lead. Back straightaway. Gordon low. Labonte high into turn 3.
Side by side as they start off turn 4. Gordon gets a little edge as they start off the corner.
Squeezes up in front of Bobby Labonte and shuts off the running lane. Jeff Gordon to the race lead with 7 laps to go. Incredible. He was 1.2 seconds behind with 20 to go. He's caught him and passed him with 7 laps left.
Alan, lap traffic's just in front of him up here. A lot of cars. He'll have to get through there. Derek Cope is the next car he'll see as they go down to turn 3.
Gordon's car running extremely well. High side, low side. He seems to be able to run fast anywhere on the racetrack. Taking the bottom line right now.
We heard from our pit reporters earlier that Gordon's car was best on the long run. They made the pit stop with 100 miles to go. And now that we're down to the very final miles of this event, Gordon has taken the lead from Bobby Labonte. There you look at the team owner and the crew as they nervously watch these final laps. Don't count Labonte out yet, but he's got his work cut out for him if he's going to get back around Gordon.
Just in front of the 24 there, Jeff Gordon, as he goes down the back straightaway. Bobby Hamilton. Bobby's in the mirror, I'm sure, watching these guys come, but he almost gets in the wall as Gordon's on the high side of the racetrack.
Labonte now tries the bottom side. The Bobby Hamilton car, the Kodak machine, just in front of the leaders. Ducks to the inside. 5 laps to go as Hamilton gives the leaders room to run around him.
Here comes Bobby Labonte on the outside. He looks like he's picked up a little momentum now. He may have just cooled the tires a little bit for this last challenge.
Remember May, Bobby Labonte fighting with the number 99 of Jeff Burton, just like this into the final laps. Labonte wound up second. Here he is second again, chasing a dream, chasing victory here at Charlotte.
And just in front of them, Dale Jarrett is just about to go a lap down. They're going to run out of laps, I think, before they catch Jarrett, but he's just about to go a lap down.
Jarrett in 7th spot.
Gordon hanging on to that advantage over Bobby Labonte. 4 laps to go. Back straightaway. An unbelievable late race charge by Jeff Gordon from 1.2 seconds behind with 20 laps to go to catch and pass Bobby Labonte with 7 laps left.
Alan, how many times have we seen him? They used to call him Wonder Boy. Now he's Wonder Man. I tell you what, he drives the heck out of that race car is what he does.
Mike Skinner has faded to 3rd. He is 3.3 seconds behind the leader right now. He is out of it for the win unless something happens between now and that checkered flag.
Gordon starting to ease away from Labonte just a little bit. Getting down to the final miles. Labonte's car, see the front end wiggle there.
Yep.
In the middle of turn 4.
He picked up a little bit of handling problems right near the very end here. I don't think his car is quite as good as it was just before, but Gordon has really picked it up. That last lap, Gordon was a little bit slower than Labonte, but the lap before, he was almost 2 miles an hour faster than Bobby Labonte in second.
Jeff Gordon has won the May Coca-Cola 600 here 3 times. His 3 victories at Charlotte. His luck here in October has not been good, to put it politely. He is coming down now to take the white flag and try and secure his first victory in this UAW-GM 500. Final lap for Jeff Gordon as he heads back for turn 1.
You know, Rick Edwards just has to be almost in tears right now to be here, to see the 24 car win. Even though they have changed crew chief, hey, this race team's solid.
The dynamic duo, Ray Evernham and Jeff Gordon, splitting up 2 weeks ago. They went to Martinsville, Virginia for the first time without Ray Evernham as crew chief and won last Sunday. Now on a Monday in Charlotte, Gordon, after a late laps rally to get by Bobby Labonte, takes the checkered flag for a 2nd straight week. Jeff Gordon wins at Charlotte. He takes the UAW-GM 500 for Rick Hendrick and his Rainbow Warrior team. Terrific job by Gordon to come back from 1.2 seconds down with 20 laps to go, and no doubt the team owner Rick Hendrick very happy down on pit road. Marty Snyder.
And a hug from Brian Weitzel, and he's the happiest man down here. Rick, I told you were the good luck charm.
Man, I don't know that. I knew that 18 car was going to be tough, and Skinner, but we needed that cloud, and that little guy, when it gets down to it, he can do it. I'm telling you, I'm so proud of these guys, and it's a great win. My heart don't think it'll take much more of this, but great time.
Can I let you in on a secret? You got a good new crew chief.
Boy, I tell you what, he was trained by an awesome guy, and Brian has just stepped up, and you know, we knew he could do it, and the chemistry between them is so good, so we're just pumped. We're excited.
The team of Weitzel and Gordon, 2-0 so far, guys.
Absolutely 2-0 for Jeff Gordon. His 7th win of the 99 season, 49th career victory. We will hear from him in Victory Lane when we come back. It's been a good one. Our post-race coverage in Charlotte picks up in just a moment. Jeff Gordon in Victory Lane for the 49th time in his career.
tying him with Rusty Wallace on the all-time list. Here he is clambering out of the car with his 7th win of 1999. Oh, my heart. Congratulations, Jeff. I think here's Brooke. Happy time for this gang, for sure. Trying to find Brian Watson. Coming in here, the crew chief. And Jeff Gordon can lift the guy up. Now, there's an amazing feat. And here's Rick Hendrick, back at the track and thrilled with this performance. The 7th win of this season for this combination, this great combination in American motorsport. Let's see if we can get a word now with Jeff Gordon and with Rick Hendrick. Congratulations, Rick, to you.
Thanks, Ken.
And to you, Jeff Gordon, I think this defines teamwork today. Not only were you great in the car, but you sure got the support you needed on pit road.
Boy, you're so right. I tell you what, I can't believe it. I mean, I knew we were good on long runs, but Bobby Labonte got a great jump out there. He was good on new tires, and, man, he took off, and I said, man, we're done. We got to try to get 2nd or 3rd here. Man, I tell you what, this is the first time I've ever won here at Charlotte in October in a Wincy Cup car, and it feels incredible, absolutely incredible. You know, we made very few changes all day long, just minor changes, and the track came to us a little bit, then those changes at Brian White, so, man, he's awesome. I'm so psyched about having him, and the car really came to life.
And what were the changes?
Well, just air pressure, you know, I don't know what else. You have to talk to him. I think we might have taken a half a round out of the right rear one time, but like I said, just real little changes. We were real loose on new tires, and then we tightened up on the long runs, and I just wanted to be a little bit better on new tires because I knew I was good on old tires. And I just got to thank God. Brooke put a scripture in my car today. It says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And it's, man, I tell you, it couldn't have been any more true today. And we're excited about having Rick Hendrick here. I want to thank DuPont Automotive Finishes, Chevrolet, Quaker Stage, MAC, and Pepsi. I mean, it's just been an incredible week for me.
2 weeks. That is truly awesome.
It is very awesome, especially the type of year that we've had. You know, we've been up and down, and, man, I tell you what, this team is psyched. They're pumped up, and wins are the greatest motivator, and there's no telling what we're going to do in the future, but this sure is looking great right now.
Congratulations to you, Jeff Gordon, for your 7th win of the year. Jeff Gordon in victory lane here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway as he wins the 40th annual UAW-GM Quality 500. Let me see if I can get just another quick word with Rick Hendrick. Rick?
Yes, sir.
Did you think with the 100 miles to go that you were going to be here this afternoon?
No, I did not. We needed the sun. I mean, we needed the cloud cover because our car was a little loose. And you know, but I thought we were going to run out of laps with about, you know, 3 or 4 to go. And, boy, when he can see them, he cinches it up a little bit tighter. And I didn't think we could do it today, but we were very fortunate to have that cloud cover.
Congratulations to you. Let's get right to Alan Bestwick.
Ken, thank you. If you came in partway through our coverage of today's race, TBS will rebroadcast the event in its entirety tonight at 12:40 a.m. Eastern Time, a little bit after midnight on the East Coast, a little after 9 on the West Coast. So check it out, a rebroadcast of tonight's event, 12:40 a.m. Eastern Time on TBS tonight. To Mike Hogwood.
Well, we've got Bobby Labonte here, and Bobby's second not where you wanted to be today.
Well, we had a good car, and, you know, the old Interstate Pontiac didn't handle all that well all day. Kind of all over the racetrack, but found us a line that made it work, and, you know, the guys did a great job in the pits, motor room, chassis guys. I mean, I don't know. I didn't really have a good feeling about today, so come out in second, I guess it's really pretty good for not really sure after the rain and everything yesterday.
Did your tires go away there at the end when Jeff Gordon got by you?
Yeah, it felt like the right front went away a little bit too much, and just started pushing a little bit up off the corner. We made an adjustment, and, you know, this old racetrack changed jobs a little bit and didn't read it right.
Bobby Labonte finishes second. Steve Burns.
And Mike Skinner finished third. Mike, you led laps today, just didn't lead the last one.
No, it was a good run for our Lowe's Chevrolet, and I want to thank everybody with Lowe's and everybody with Chevrolet, everybody with Goodyear. Goodyear had a great tire today, and, man, more power to them. We tore up a couple there in practice, was a little bit worried about it, but never no problems all day today. The tires was awesome. The car was awesome. We just got tight right there in the last run. You know, we put a set of tires on, made a couple little tiny little adjustments, and we just messed around and got our car a little bit too tight, and that's the way it goes. You know, I thought today might be the day if it stayed green, but wasn't meant to be today. I don't know if we're ever going to win one, but we're going to a good place next week. We're really going to give her a heck of a shot to put the Lowe's Chevy in first place next week, if at all possible.
All right, best of luck at Talladega. Let's go back to Alan.
Mike Skinner led 65 laps today, but they weren't the right 65. Jeff Gordon was the winner, getting by Bobby Labonte with 7 laps to go. Frustration for Bobby Labonte, pounding the wheel as Gordon went by him and went on to score the victory.
The TDS Super Shop has super collectibles of all your favorite cars and drivers. Call toll-free 1-877-577-SHOP or visit us online at tdssupershop.com to get in on the action.
A long day for everyone at the Lowe's Motor Speedway, and Dale Jarrett pooped after a 7th-place finish. You look like you had the car to beat early on. How did the car change for you?
I don't know if the car changed. The track changed. I think the track lost some grip, and setup that we had wasn't working with that. So we tried to adjust it, just couldn't quite get it adjusted, and just kind of chased it around, and those guys adjusted better than we did for the track conditions.
When you look back on this day, are you going to be happy with it or upset?
No, we're fine with it. I mean, you can't win every week or finish in the top 5. We did what we could do and made the most of it. So, it's another race marked off, and didn't lose many points.
He did lose some points, but not many. Let's go back to Alan Bestwick.
5 races to go for Dale Jarrett, trying to win the NASCAR Winston Cup Championship. We'll look at the standings for you after today's race, as well as the full field rundown from our UAW-GM Quality 500 in Charlotte. When we come back in just a minute, hope you'll stay with us. We remind you that you can see our coverage of the UAW-GM 500 today in its entirety later on at 12:40 Eastern Time tonight here on Superstation TBS, a complete rebroadcast of all the excitement of today's race. And if you missed any part of it, stay up late and join us 12:40 on the East Coast later tonight here on the Superstation. Take a look at the rundown from today's UAW-GM 500. Jeff Gordon, the winner. Victory lane for the 7th time this season for Gordon. Mike Skinner equaling his career best Winston Cup finish with 7th. Point leader Skinner with 3rd. Point leader Dale Jarrett with 7th. Great top 10 finishes for Kevin LePage and Steve Park. Bill Elliott started way back in the field. He started 29th with a green wave, moved all the way up to the 11th spot at the checkers. Chad Little, Tony Stewart, problems on pit road early in the event, dropped them back off the lead lap. Some other drivers who just basically got hurt by the fact that we only had 2 cautions in this race and never really had a chance to get their car running from the get-go. Todd Bodine, an early unscheduled pit stop. Jeff Burton involved in one of the 2 crashes that brought out the caution today. Finishes back in 37th. Dick Trickle, David Green in the garage when the race ended. Ricky Craven spent much time behind the wall throughout the day. Unofficial championship standings now. Dale Jarrett's lead from 251 down to 222 over Bobby Labonte. Gordon up to 4th. Stewart back to 5th. Jeff Burton drops down to 6th. And you look at the rest of the top 10. 5 races remaining for the NASCAR Winston Cup Series now in the 1999 season. Today's race, with only those 2 caution flags, ran at record speed, 160 miles an hour. Fastest race run here at Lowe's Motor Speedway. Jeff Gordon doing it, going to victory lane. Let's hear from Mark Martin.
Well, Mark, a 4th place finish today. Not a win, but all things considered, are you happy with where you guys wound up?
Well, we did good to wind up there. We had a tough day. We had a great race car the first part of the race, and really looks good for us. And then we had trouble on a pit stop, and then we equalized a right rear tire, and I had to run a fuel stop on it. And we got way behind, and then we adjusted the car for that because we didn't know that's what that was. Got out of whack, and did good to come back to 4th. You know, it was a hard-fought battle. I think we had I'm real pleased with the whole effort for the Valvoline Cummins team.
All right, thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
4th place today for Mark Martin. We'll come back in just a minute as the fans begin to file out and get our final thoughts. And a couple of things that happened today we'd like to kick around for just a moment. We'll do that when we come back in a minute. Jeff Gordon has won the UAW-GM 500. What a difference a day makes. Yesterday at this time, pouring down rain, 4 inches of rain falling on this speedway, forcing postponement of the race until today. But now a beautiful early fall Carolina afternoon. Sun-drenched fans beginning to file out of this Lowe's Motor Speedway while the victory lane ceremonies continue for Jeff Gordon, who has scored the win this afternoon. Great run today for Jeremy Mayfield. Came home with a 6th place finish. Solid afternoon. Mayfield up there knocking around in the top 3 or 4 at one time of the day. Let's get his thoughts now down in the Winston Cup garage.
With only a second top 10 in the last 13 races, Jeremy Mayfield, how about that run for you? You got to be happy after today.
Yeah, we're real happy. I mean, that's what this team needed. We've been running good. We just haven't had very good luck, and today the luck kind of fell our way and had a good run. You know, run up front all day and stayed good the whole run. The car stayed consistent and had a great car and a great engine, and the Mobil 1 Ford ran good all day.
The fuel problem kind of bit you today, and also it seemed like you could never get track position. Never could get up to the front.
Right, then when we did, we had one bad set of tires there. That's all we had all day, and I don't know if it's bad set or we just kind of missed on the pressures a little bit, but all in all, that was a good day for us. That'll carry our momentum back into Talladega next week, and hopefully we can run there.
Well, he comes home 6th, and that's Jeremy Mayfield back upstairs.
Jeremy ran out of fuel twice while coming to pit road for fuel stops under the green flag. Cost him a little bit of ground. Ward Burton, 5th place run today, led a little bit earlier in the event. Let's get his thoughts now in our post-race coverage from down in the garage.
Ward Burton with a top 5 finish today, and you'll take it.
Oh, yeah, we'll take it. We wasn't happy with the car at all Saturday afternoon after happy hour. I think we changed everything on the Caterpillar, but the Caterpillar car, on the Caterpillar car, we changed everything on it, and I complained all day about it. Tommy and the guys worked all day on it, and they kind of preached back to me to keep digging and did that, but man, it was a handful quite a bit of time, so we're pretty happy with top 5.
The hard work pays off for car 22 and a top 5 finish today. Thanks, Ward.
Ward Burton in with a good finish. Dick Berggren, we talked about the championship at the top of our show.
Dale Jarrett's building that trophy for himself. It's his 24th top 10 in 29 starts, and that's just what a fella has to do to become the champion in this league.
Buddy Baker, Jeff Gordon, new crew chief, 2 races, 2 wins.
Boy, I'll tell you what, Brian Whiteford just has to feel like, hey, we may never lose.
They're 2 for 2. Enjoyed it, gentlemen. Back with our final thoughts from Charlotte in just a minute on Superstation TBS.
The UAW-GM Quality 500 on the Superstation has been brought to you by Jiffy Lube. Get your signature service oil change at Jiffy Lube, America's favorite oil change. By AutoZone, the best parts in auto parts. By Wendy's Bacon Mushroom Melt. When you gotta have one, you gotta have one. And by EverStart Battery, available at Walmart.
Lowe's Motor Speedway becomes a bit quiet, but tonight all the rip-roaring action commences again, or recommences at 12:40 a.m. If you missed any of it, it's been a thrilling, spectacular race. We hope you'll join TBS this evening, 12:40 Eastern, to see the UAW-GM Quality 500. That's right here tonight. And look, the clouds are rolling back in over the speedway, but we've had blue skies and great racing all afternoon here. Jeff Gordon, what a day. From the outset, he came in 22nd position, and he just kept digging. Under Steve Park. Lap 13, there he was with Mr. Excitement. Jimmy Spencer still fighting his way through the field. Great pit stops throughout the race. He just kept on keeping on, going toward the front, getting Jimmy Spencer there in 9th. And then the great battle with Bobby Labonte. That was to decide it, putting Jeff Gordon in front for his 7th win of the season. Well, where are we today? We're down to the end of the first half century of American stock car racing as we come to a new millennium, and no track better exemplifies this sport and its spirit. When this track started over here in turn 3, young Dale Earnhardt sat in the back of his dad's pickup truck, and he had to get up on top because there was a 20-foot hole over there. They had to fill it all in. Down here in turns 1 and 2, there was a giant rocky monadnock. You couldn't see turns 1 and 2 from here. And out back here at the back of this $1 million garage area, that was where you would find Dale Jarrett and Kyle Petty and the second generation of Wood brothers playing in a man-made pond out there racing boats. Bruton Smith and Curtis Turner had built this track. They lost it for a while. It went into receivership, but they never gave up. The spirit was there. H.A. Wheeler came on board, and it changed everything. And here it is, right on the top of the heap. Who would have believed all this would have happened? I'll tell you one guy that did. Bill France Sr. told us 40, 50 years ago, look out, by the turn of the century, This sport will rival basketball, baseball, anything you want to name. And here we are, and here it is, and we're so glad you've come along for the ride. Look out, because in the next 50 years, heaven only knows what this sport will become, but it will grow and become bigger, that's for sure. Hey, coming up next, the Andy Griffith Show here on Turner Today. We've had a real good time bringing you this tremendous 40th annual Fall Classic. Hope you'll plan to be with us for the 600 when it comes along Memorial Day at this same great racing facility. This, the heartbeat of American stock car racing, Charlotte, North Carolina, and the Great Lowe's Motor Speedway. On behalf of everyone with TBS, thank you so much for spending part of your day today on this Columbus Day with us. And look forward to some great racing to come with NASCAR Winston Cup, the most competitive automobile racing in the world. Ken Squire saying so long from Lowe's Motor Speedway in Charlotte, North Carolina.
The preceding has been a presentation of Turner Sports, a Time Warner company, home of the 2000 Goodwill Games in Lake Placid, New York.